So underneath the dash panel, underneath my air conditioning plenums, there's 4 screws. One's there, one there, and one there, and one on that side. I'm going to remove these screws and start taking off the bottom part. So that took some time and some patience to get to, but like I said, someone put a nut on the back side of that, so I wasn't able to get to it very easily. I made a homemade little spacer in there. So now I can actually drop the air conditioning plenum down. Finish unscrewing this like that. There's a little duct right here. Actually, it's a little 3-inch duct that you unplug from that. And if you can look inside there, there's actually, you can sort of see that little white light. That's actually daylight. That's the other side. And so we're going to go the other side and remove that. Then when you come out to the outside in the trunk compartment, there's this door that opens up. And inside there is the actual blower fan. And there's other things like the steering linkage, but you'll see here it is here. So what we're going to do is remove this clamp and then remove this. It actually goes into the to the blower box where the condenser is, and we'll be able to pull that out so that we can actually pull the thermostat out for there. So here's the other end of that thermocoupler, and it actually just plugs right into that hole that we saw right there next to the air conditioning circuit. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this duct, pull it out from the inside, and the thermocoupler should come along with it, and we'll have that basically removed. We have 2 connectors inside here, one there and one here. Now that I've unplugged these 2 plugs, this is where the wires go to the air conditioning plenum inside the cab of the car. Now that we have done that, we now are able to completely remove the plenum. So after removing the air conditioning plenum, you'll see there's these little clips underneath the dash that the screws screw into. There are 4 of them total, and the last one over by the glove box, the one I was having trouble with, it actually has a bolt that keeps it in place. I guess it doesn't use that little clip like the other ones, because you can see how this one has a little groove cut in it and just a hole. So different situation on that side. So once the plenum's down, and you'll see that there are 4 Allen screws on each side, you're going to have to take those Allen screws out. And the reason why we're doing this is because we still have the electrical attached to the plenum going into the back, so we need to take this apart so we can actually move it from the car. So once these bolts are taken out, then all the air conditioning duct mechanism comes out of there. So once you remove those 4 bolts, those Allen bolts, the bottom part comes out. You'll need to take a 14mm socket and unscrew the nut that attaches the switch. The nut attaches the switch in place. Take that out. On the temperature control, you'll see that there's just 2 green wires. On the actual speed, fan speed, there's a red with a white wire that goes on the bottom, and then a green wire goes on the top, and then two solid reds that go on the side there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to pull off the spade connectors on both of these. After removing the 3-speed fan control switch, you'll notice that right here on the side they call that a snap switch. It's like a fuse of some sort, so in case the switch gets overheated, it will actually like blow like a fuse. Now we're looking from inside, we're looking inside the plenum there. You'll see that you'll have to reach in with a screwdriver and remove these clips that are here. There's one there, there's one deep inside there and here before you can pull the wires out. But once you remove that, then you can pull the wires freely out of the plenum. This little snap switch that we spoke about earlier, we're going to have to actually unsolder that, because this wire goes in through this hole and out through here. The snap switch is larger than that hole, so we'll have to unsolder it so I can get these wires pulled out, and then we'll have to remember to solder that back on afterwards. Well, it definitely was not an easy thing to do, but these 2 sets of wires that we have here, the green set and the green with the red, actually went through that hole in the plenum, which was an awfully small hole for these wires, but that's where those wires came from.